What's up, you guys? We are back. We are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, Potomac. Okay, we are here to talk about the Real Housewives, honey. So let's get ready to get into the things of the things. Let me say hi to the people, and we about to get this party started. Once again, this episode was very lackluster as compared to Married to Medicine. You guys, I might have to flip it. I may have to flip it. I might have to make Sunday night Married to Medicine night, and then make Monday. I don't know, because Married to Medicine is bringing it. I don't know, y'all. We have to think about it. The tribe might have to vote on this. Okay, I might have to put up a poll and let the tribe vote. But let me say hi to the people as you guys come in. What's up, Charles? Hey, Nikki B. What's up, Cross Country Cruiser? Hey, Natalie. Queen Raw. Hey, Demille. Hey, Demille. Rainy Bo Cool Gamer. Marcy Plans it. Marcy Plans it. I'm sorry. Hey, Marnie. What's up, Charles? Cub Star and Danny. What's up? What's up, little sis? Your old laptop is dying. Well, my angel just came by. My angel just came by to bring me. Remember, I told you guys the angel was gifting me a MacBook. So my angel just came by and dropped off my MacBook. So I have to play around with it and get it all set up and everything. It's an older model, but it was free $99. So Merry Christmas to me has already started. So you guys are going to play around with it. What's up, Star? I'm going to play around with it and get it all set up and see what it does, honey. All right. So there we go with that. All right. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. If you guys are coming over from El Teddy, come on in and take a seat. Come on in and pull up and take a seat. So let's get into the thing. So first of all, yes, it's a good friend of mine. Y'all know who he is, but I don't want to tell y'all if he may not want people to know, but he gifted it to me. His job had him and he was able to clean it and gift it to me. So I appreciated that. I love y'all real bad. Okay. So we start this episode off. We have Mia, we have Giselle, and we have Ashley. First of all, Ashley, are you an ambassador for Telfar? Now, I do know that Ashley, Candace, and a few other ladies went to Telfar's show at New York Fashion Week last year or earlier this year, whatever. I can't keep up with the dates. So I'm wondering if some of that is her swag, because we saw her with the bright yellow Telfar bag, which I have that bag also, by the way, with the Telfar hat. And then later on in the episode, she had another Telfar bag, was in a different color. So I'm wondering if she's become some sort of an ambassador. We saw last year that Candace also was carrying a lot of Telfar swag, or if they just were blessed with it and they're wearing it, which I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And y'all know I love me some Telfar. So really, can you please tell Giselle and Kyle what hair color mixture to use? Help them, girl. Child, I don't even know. My hairdresser just put these concoctions together, baby. I don't know what she do. I sit in the chair. Okay, I sit in the chair, and thank you. I like it. I don't know what she be doing, but baby, she do it. So I don't know. She need to call Kyle. Okay, she needs to call Kyle because I'm not understanding. I be in confusion. Okay, so the ladies are out shopping because they're getting ready for this trip to Austin. Listen, I know that y'all don't like really repeating stuff. I know y'all don't like going to same places, but Austin. I mean, of all the cities in Texas, y'all could, and no disrespect to the people who live in Austin, like no disrespect, but what the hell is in Austin? So y'all know how they do. Normally the first trip is a domestic trip, and then they do something, where they got to get on a plane and really go across some water, usually for the second trip. Usually. So they're talking about the trip to Austin. They're getting clothes and getting ready. And they're talking about, of course, pickleball and whether they believe what Wendy said or they believe Nneka. And it sounds like the consensus is that they believe Nneka over Wendy. I don't know how much of that is they don't like Wendy, or if they really just think that, Wendy is lying. I don't know. I'll get to that at the end of this episode. Austin is expensive. That's the only reason they went. Austin is expensive for real? Oh, okay. It's for the younger crowd. Okay. So They also had to try to throw Karen in there a little bit, talking about I think they were trying to insinuate that Karen is something that she been drinking or that she a little off. And I'm like, we've already been down that road with Karen. Let's not do that again. Like I haven't seen Karen doing anything that would lead us to think that Karen is out. Now we've been there, we done that with Karen. We've been there, we done that. That's a dead storyline. Keep it moving. Then how they they splice scenes together. So while the ladies are meeting to shop, we also see Wendy and Happy Eddie out. And again, they're talking about what it is. And Wendy is, basically explaining her side and how it's just not a big deal. And that, as far as the following, unfollowing thing. Now, Eddie and Ike both went to the University of Maryland College Park, but according to Eddie, they were not there at the same time. Now, when production asked Wendy, well, were they following each other on, on Facebook? Were they following each other on Facebook? Listen, yes, they probably, I said this before, I'm going to just say the same thing over and over again. They probably were, because Facebook recommends people that you might know based on information you put in and how many people y'all have in common. So if Eddie knew people at University of Maryland College Park, Facebook would have made the suggestion to one or the other. And maybe they did friend each other on Facebook. It does not mean, listen, we have really gotten to a space in our world where we think that this online shit is real. That does not mean that they were really friends. That means that Facebook said, hey, you might know this person, and either Eddie or Ike hit the button. That is it, and that is all. Now, as far as the unfollowing part, I said it before. I don't even know why we paying that much attention to who is unfollowing who and when they unfollowed them. I'm just not sure when. I'm just not sure. I'm not. I don't. Did it happen? I don't know. Probably, maybe. Shit. I don't know. I just don't think it was that serious. I still don't think it's that serious. But child, whatever. I love. I live in Austin. Love it here. I live in the Lakeway area. It's hill country with beautiful views. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No disrespect to people who live in Austin. I just wasn't sure why Austin was the city that they picked. Now, I actually said, oh, well, I went there a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago. I hosted a drag show there, and it was a great place. And I just wanted to take the ladies. And I'm just like, okay, girl. Now, again, y'all know I like to travel. I would go to Austin. I've never been to Austin. I just didn't understand out of all the places, like it just was weird. Like, I've had some people show up as Facebook friends and I've accepted them, but I unfollowed them with the quickness when I discovered them. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I told y'all before, and again, we already talked about this last week, so we don't need to belabor the point. But I'm probably Facebook friends with people who I don't know, but we went to high school together, or we went to college together, or maybe we worked somewhere together. Like, Facebook even recommends people that you used to work with. It might be a job that I was only there, but if we have 2 or 3 people in common, then it's going to recommend. Like, that is the algorithm. That is the purpose of Facebook. It's to help you network with people. Okay. So neither here nor there. So we have the whole recap. Okay. That's what all these opening scenes were. It was to recap and to let us know that they get ready to take their group trip down to Austin. So now we have Nneka and Ike on their way to the doctor. Listen. This whole moment at the doctor's office with Nneka was absolutely ridiculous for a couple of reasons. First of all, you are literally married to a doctor who told you, girl, it's not time to panic. Everything is good. We just need to give it some more time. Now, I get it. Y'all have been trying for 7 months to have a baby, and you feel like, I'm doing everything. I'm checking the ovulation. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm not sure why it's not working. So you take your husband to the doctor for y'all to go, and it seems like they checked his sperm. So you'd have made your husband give a deposit so they could check his swimmers, only to find out that there's nothing wrong. It's just that his swimmer ain't found your egg at the right time for it to be viable. Your doctor told you it is not time to panic. Just keep doing what you've been doing. And her spoiled ass was just like, Nobody is telling me what I want to hear because I'm doing all of these things and it's been 7 months. And at this point, I should be getting ready to have a baby. Girl, that is not how any of this shit works. And you are not an unintelligent woman. I get it. You want a baby. I get it. You're impatient. And I get it. It's not happening the way you thought it was going to happen. But baby, that everybody ain't the same. And you probably stressing yourself out more. You know what, Dad? Thank you. You drinking champagne every morning with your prenatal vitamins probably is not helping you. Thank you, Dad. Let me put that up on the screen. Because you are absolutely correct. Okay. SCK said the same thing. Maybe the champagne with your morning vitamins probably is not a good idea. I bet you ain't tell the doctor that. When the doctor told you to keep taking your prenatals, I bet you didn't tell him you chase it with the champagne. She wants that baby ASAP to secure her second season. Well, I think you saw her family talking about something, why he ain't put a baby in you. I think part of this is family pressure too. But my thing is her reaction though. Like he's trying to tell her, babe, it's okay, calm down. And she's like, shut up. Just be quiet. And he was like, I ain't did. I agree. They both talk to each other crazy. Because he was talking to her last week. He told her to shut up. So they talking to each other crazy. So it didn't secure another season for Sonya. Well, child, they gave Sonya 2 seasons. Child, they gave her 2. Okay. So, y'all, that was just really weird for me because her reaction is what was weird. She's like, y'all aren't telling me what I want to hear. I'm like, did you like what did you think the man was going to tell you? Lay down and he was just going to insert a baby in you? Like, I mean, the way she was talking was just crazy. I mean, am I tripping? Did y'all get that feeling like she was just like the way she was talking? She's like, well, they're not telling me what I want to hear. Girl, what did you want to hear? Most people would be happy to find out that everything is okay. Like, did you want him to tell you, oh no, your husband's sperm count is low and we're going to have to do X, Y, and Z? Which I kind of, maybe she did because maybe she felt like, well, if we do IVF or we do something, then we can control it. Do you know how many people IVF doesn't work for? Like, again, we revel in the success stories, but I've had friends that have gone through IVF, and I know money isn't an issue for her, but first of all, it's expensive as hell, and it is very invasive to the mother, to the woman. It is I mean, I had a girlfriend who did IVF, and she did a couple of rounds of IVF, and I mean, she after like her 3rd round, she did get pregnant, but that was a lot. She had to take shots and she had to take I mean, it's a lot on the woman's body for her to not even come up pregnant. It's a lot. Anyway, I just was weird. It was just weird to me because most people are happy to find out nothing is wrong. It seemed like you were mad when you found out that nothing was wrong. I'm just confusion about that. The way she talks to her husband and vice versa leads me to be on team Wendy and Eddie. Well, I'm already on team Wendy. Well, listen, I'm not on a team. I'm just leaning towards Wendy because I really ain't on no team because I don't like the way Wendy is handling this. And I do think that there's more to the story that Wendy's not telling. I just believe more of Wendy's version than Nneka's. But I ain't team nobody because I think both of them are behaving badly, in my opinion. Those shots and dealing with hormones are horrible from what I heard. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's expensive and it's very, very it's very much an evasive process on the mom, the mother. So anyway, child, then we have this weird ass scene with Mia and Gordon. Now listen, I looked at this scene twice. And I'm confusion. I feel like Mia is looking for an excuse to get out of this marriage because she don't want to be married to Gordon because Gordon ain't got no more money. Which goes back to the question, Mia, if Gordon didn't have money when you met him, would you have ever be interested in him? Because it sounds like you're mad that Gordon is working and trying to secure the bag. You sound like you want him to stay at home and help you take care of them churn, but you still want the lifestyle. You mad that y'all had to downgrade y'all lifestyle. Man, you can't have it both ways. See, that's the problem. See, when you met Gordon, he had already done all of the hard work, and he was at a position where he could play. See, y'all was flying down to Charlotte to go to the football game, and y'all had y'all beach house, and y'all was eating at 5-star restaurants and shit. So you came in on the at the top of the hill. You wasn't there when he was grinding to get to the top of that hill. So you didn't understand them late nights and them early mornings, right? Because she said, well, he's trying to be a better father to these children than he was to his other children. But that's because when he had them other children, that's because he was out there grinding. So you came in when he was already at the CEO position and he was delegating all of that shit, and he didn't have to deal with that grind. Y'all see what I'm saying? So now Mia wants that lifestyle back where she had him home to help her with them churn, and she had the money. Man, that's gone. Let that go. That's gone. Sweep it out the rug. Them days is gone. You're going to have one or the other. Now you're going to have, if you have Gordon at home, y'all going to be living in a 2-bedroom apartment, driving a nice mid-size, shopping when shit on sale. And that's okay. Because, hell, that's how I live. Okay, well, y'all know what I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with that lifestyle. But if you want the lifestyle you grew accustomed to, then you're going to have to let that man get out there and grind. The fact that man is in his 70s and he got that mindset to be like, fuck it, I'm going to go get my money. Like, all right, while this is happening over here with my family and I'm fighting to get my job back over here, I'm grinding it out. I'm still working. I'm still trying to figure out a way to take care of my family and provide the lifestyle that we grew accustomed to. You should be happy. You should be happy. But you not, which leads me to believe that you just looking for a reason to get out. Talking about I did consult a divorce attorney, and Gordon was like, I ain't even know. Well, you know what, correct? He might be in his 60s, but I mean, he's significantly older. Okay, maybe he's not 70, y'all, but he older. He should be looking at retirement, not starting over. But the fact that, he said he went through a depression. Okay. So the fact that he sat on the couch for a couple of months staring at the wall, and now it sounds like he snapped out of it and he on grind mode. You gotta let that man, listen, you gotta let a man be a man. My mama told me you gotta let a man be a man. And I'm sorry, you can't have it both ways now, Mia. But now it just sounds like you looking for a way out because the shit you saying don't make sense. And Judge Judy always told me, if it don't make sense, it ain't true. And this shit, that whole therapy session didn't make no sense to me. And I watched it twice. Y'all made me sit through that shit twice because I said, I must have missed something. Because, sometimes I space out. When I'm watching something, I might be doing something on the computer and I might miss something. Okay, G is 71. Google, okay. See, thank you, Michelle, for the Google machine. So I wasn't lying. He's 71. Hell, Mia, you the one that's 38. You need to go back down to the pub. Go back down to that script club. You said you wasn't scripting. You said you just walked around in nice evening gowns and got tips. Girl, go down there 3 nights a week. He'll watch the kids. Y'all know Mia ass older than 38. That's what they done put onto the Google machine. Child, if Mia's 38, so am I. I believe that's what the Google machine said. I just don't believe the Google machine. I believe that's what the Google machine said. Child. So y'all was confusion. And so, like I said, if it don't make sense, then it probably just ain't true. And that's my story and I'm sticking to it. That shit ain't true. That shit just ain't true. You just looking for a way out. You looking for a back door. And you found it. And this whole story, listen, now I'm getting ready to say something that was a little controversial. Listen, come here, tribe, come here. come here. Now, we got some new people to the tribe, so y'all might not know me as well. Welcome, 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 and I appreciate you being here. But for my tribe people, y'all know my heart. Because what I'm getting ready to say is going to be a little harsh, but y'all know my heart. So let me get through it. Y'all, let me get this out. Please, let me get this out. But remember that y'all know my heart. Can y'all do that for me? Because y'all know my heart. But what I'm getting ready to say is going to be real. It's going to come off a little harsh. Y'all ready? Y'all, I don't believe that story. I don't believe that story. Now, G sat there and let her tell it, and he ain't correct her. Y'all, some in my spirit, some in my spirit, deep down in my spirit, some in my spirit is telling me that one of these internet detectives, it ain't gonna be me because I ain't got the energy for it, but one of these internet detectives is gonna scrutinize and fact check that story. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the story that Mia told about the guy who was supposed to sell the business, who was an attorney, who they put it in the escrow. Come to find out, they was stealing. He was stealing the money. She reported him to the bar, and then he unalived himself. And y'all, and listen, when she told the story at the therapy session, I said, "That's Robin's story." That's what I said. That's what I said. I said, that is Robin's story. That's what I said. That's what I said. I said, that's Robin's story. And because we know that Mia is a liar, y'all, it's hard for me to believe her. Forgive me, because Lord knows I don't want to. Lord knows I don't want, because that is a terrible story. But when she was telling the story, I said, that is Mia's. I mean, that is Robin's story. And then when we saw her pull Robin aside later on in the episode to commiserate with Robin, because she know that that's Robin's story. You want me to tell me, out of all them women to pick to talk to, you picked Robin? You don't even talk to Robin like that. Well, since when me and Robin got that kind of a relationship? Y'all. And how long did this take? See, now they about to make me, now you are about to make me do some detective work. Let me, put a pin in that. We'll come back to that. John just remind me to come back around to that. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. Right. I just, listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Some internet detective is gonna Google it. It's right here in the Some internet detective, I know they are. Listen, I get that shit by next episode. I give it by next episode that somebody is gonna find that story and see whether it's true or not. I'm telling y'all. It just, and again, I apologize ahead of time if it is true, because Lord knows it was a sad story and I don't wish that on nobody. So I'm apologize ahead of time. But ma'am, Mia, I don't believe you. All right, moving on. Right. I have read no story. And that's the other thing. Listen, I live right here in the I live right here in the okay? And y'all know that shit like that will be all up and through the blogs. I have not heard nothing about Mia getting robbed or getting swindled. Y'all know that Mia would have told the blogs. Did Mia post anything about it on her Instagram? I don't remember that. She posted everything else on the Instagram. She posted down to the Instagram what's going on with her and the family. She posted down to the Instagram with her and Tita and her ex-girlfriend was, her ex-girlfriend, when they was falling out. She posted down to the Instagram when she had cancer. She didn't post nothing. She didn't say nothing about getting swindled. Thank you, Remain Teacher Boy. I love you, sweetie. Thank you. So I don't know, y'all, but the internet detectives is gonna find it for me. Tita is taking a hiatus right now from, she's on YouTube. She's taking a hiatus right now. She said that she's dealing with some family things and she's taking a little bit of a hiatus, but I've been keeping her in my thoughts and prayers. I miss Tita. I don't know her. I know Mims talks to her, and there's another YouTuber that I reached out to that I know talks to her, and I said just let her know that I'm thinking about her or whatever. But yeah. But because you have such a history of just lying when the truth will do, Mia, and because that story just sounds like Robin's story, I just need more. I need some proof first. I just need more proof that I'm sorry. And like I said, Lord forgive me, but I just need some more proof. But moving on. So then we get to Austin. We see the ladies meeting up. Y'all know how we got to see them packing, and we see, blah blah blah. We see all of that, and the ladies get to Austin, and then listen, this some old Ashley shit. She gonna separate the people in the cars by their astrological signs. So she had all of the fire signs in one car, and then she had all of the water signs in one car. Then she had the earth signs. Girl, what? Girl, just say I divided the people up based on where I wanted people and how I wanted the people to be there. It would have been in Maryland. Wouldn't it have been in Maryland, y'all? But then again, they do have businesses in North Carolina. So it could have been North Carolina. Because I know that they had businesses in Charlotte. Because they used to fly back and forth to Charlotte. I don't know. Really, B, do you think we need to collectively stop watching for Bravo to get the hint? The hint about what, Nikki? Now y'all know Tracy gonna Google it. Y'all know Tracy gonna look for it. If I could listen, if she had given, I don't have enough information. I don't think just yet. I don't think I have enough information just yet. We just know that they were selling a business. We don't know the name of the business. We don't know what the business was. We don't know if it was here or if it was in another state. Because, like I said, I know he had business interest in Charlotte. I know that for a fact. So I don't know if it was here or in Charlotte. Remember, they supposedly had a house in Charlotte. Did y'all sell that house? Remember, she was like they had a house in Charlotte. Anyway, it could be so many variables. It could be so many variables. Oh, they said it over on Kempire's page. Listen, I'm telling y'all, the internet gonna dig. The internet is gonna dig. Now I don't know what they're gonna find when they get to the bottom of that hole, but they gonna look. Internet is looking. All right, please hit that like button. It's 122 of you guys in here. I appreciate you guys. If you can hit that like button, let's get through the rest of this episode because there ain't a whole lot left, share. So in the van on the way to the hotel, we have Giselle and Karen talking about Karen fixing her relationship with Robin. Now, uh, Karen said, listen, Robin is like a pie, okay? Half of the pie, we have worked through it and we're in a good space. But there's a piece of the pie that I have not processed with Robin. And I wrapped it up and I put that in the freezer. Now listen, y'all know I love the Grand Dame. I do. Even accept, and y'all know I'm not one of them people that make up excuses for the Grand Dame. Okay, the Grand Dame is extra, and y'all know that. Yeah, look, Karen is prone to tell a fib or two herself. Okay, but Karen, that didn't even make no damn sense. Girl, you talked to Robin at the beginning of the season. Either y'all cool or y'all not. All of that, yeah, we talked and we worked out half of it, but there's something else that I need to talk to her about. And I didn't feel like that Ashley's place was the appropriate place to have that conversation. Then, girl, what you should have done was told her, look, I'm glad that we were able to crack the ice. I feel like there's more that we need to discuss. Can we meet up later? Because I don't want to put too much, it's a party. Girl, that's all you had to say. But what you talking about I understood the analogy back. I just was like, but why? You giving Robin too much, Kern. You giving her too much. That's too much. That's you giving her too much. Okay, now y'all know I love her. Y'all know I love the Grand Dame. But you giving me too, girl, you giving me too much. Okay. Anyway. What else did we talk about? We talked about Candace and Robin because they were in a van together, and of course they don't have no words. And let me tell y'all something. Another reason why this season of Housewives isn't of Potomac isn't gonna be good is because you literally have cast members that refuse to interact with each other. Now, while I understand why Candace don't see it for Giselle and Robin, and I understand why Robin and Giselle don't see it for Candace, like I get it. Some really nasty things were said back and forth to each other, right? I'm not going down the road of Giselle started it, whatever. I get it, okay? But as for moving a storyline, as for being entertaining, it's missing something until you ladies figure this out, right? It's missing something. But maybe let's see what happens over the next. Maybe we're gonna see a miracle. I don't know. So the ladies meet up. Y'all know how they gotta meet up and eat, and they gotta see their rooms and blah blah blah. So they're gonna change their clothes and come down to the pool side. So we see all the ladies go down to the pool. So we first see Ashley, Wendy, Candace, and Karen were there first. And of course, they were talking about the Nneka situation. And somebody brought up the fact that Wendy's mama cussed Mia out on Instagram. And Wendy was like, yeah. But she didn't say nothing about putting her on an altar. Like, yeah, she cussed her out. And, she came for her. She did. But she didn't say nothing about putting her on the altar. And just at that, and so um Giselle and Nneka showed up or whatever. And that's when they started talking about Candace and Giselle working out their problems. And basically, at this point, where we stand right now, it ain't gonna happen. But Karen did bring up a good point. Karen said, look, Giselle, me and you have been through hell and back. And we've been friends for a long time, and we've been through some really bad shit. And basically, she was saying, if we can work through our ish, y'all can work through y'all's. But Giselle and Candace are just not at that place right now. And Candace was like, basically, Candace let everybody know they're trying to ice her out. She said, well, that's because Giselle thinks that if she doesn't say my name, she can make me go away. But that's not going to happen. And I was like, see, now they're talking about icing people out, which Karen alluded to as well earlier in the season. I think episode 2, Karen brought that up as well about how Candace wasn't invited to the housewarming and how they will not say her name. Because it's one thing for somebody not to be there. That happens all the time. People have conflicts. People have things going on with their schedule. That's one thing for her not to be there. It's something totally different for them to refuse to say her name and acknowledge that she is even on the show, right? And Giselle even sort of threw a little warning to Karen and was like, basically, she was like, me and you in a really good place, and I really don't want to fuck that up. So basically, let it go. Like, let this go. Don't you pushing. You're doing too much. So, child, Cajun, that's not, they ain't gonna do that. But I agree. Cajun said we already know Giselle will take the side of whoever doesn't like Wendy. Why are they not checking Ashley for getting it all started? I agree, because Ashley started all this shit. All of it. All of this. Ashley started it. So then we see Mia and Robin, and I kind of already touched on this. That basically Mia and Robin are talking, and Mia pulled Robin aside just so she could tell her that story about the guy that stole their money and then unalived himself just to get some sympathy from Robin. I don't, because that's the only thing I could get out of that. But like I said, forgive me if it's true, but I ain't buying it. We know you are prone to tell a lie. And see, here's the thing that Mia will do, right? Let's say the internet does what the internet does and find out that Mia is lying, right? if they don't bust her during the season, then that's something that'll come up at the reunion, right? She'll find a way to be like, well, I didn't say that he unalived himself. I said that he threatened to, and I felt really bad. And so we dropped the charges. Like, I could see her switching it up, but the tape don't lie, Mia. The tape don't lie. And like I said, the internet does what the internet does. And I give it till next week before somebody find out that your story ain't 100% accurate. Now, I do think there's an element in that story that's probably true. And that's the breadcrumb that the internet have to figure out what part of her story is true and find the breadcrumb. Now I'm going to double check with Pam or with Simone, but I think it takes a while for somebody to be disbarred. I don't think it happens that fast. You can file a complaint, and yes, they go through, but I don't know. I do know that that's probably the most common ways that attorneys get disbarred is mismanagement of money. So I know that that is a common way for attorneys to lose their license, but I do not think it happens that quickly, but I could be wrong. Right. Tracy will probably be sending me an article in 15 minutes, child. Brother really needs to address that bullish. It can't be an ensemble with this mess. Tired of the green-eyed bandits and their minions, child. These women, especially Jizzy, should be ashamed to be Christian and not knowing what it is to be Holy Ghost fire baptized means that. Matthew 3:11. Nikki, I felt the same way. I was like, why are we acting like what Wendy's mother said? See, and that to me, that is where I'm talking about that this whole thing is just dangerous. And that's why earlier when we were talking about this earlier, and I said somebody was saying about there not being any victims, and I was like, the victim would be Wendy's mother, even though Wendy's mother did cuss out Mia or whatever, and I absolutely believe that Wendy's mother called Nneka and cussed her out too. I believe that 100%. You ain't gonna tell me no different. But to insinuate that this woman is practicing voodoo, black magic, whatever the correct term is, and that is no disrespect to people who do. First of all, it is disrespectful to people who do practice voodoo because you're buying into the stereotype of what voodoo is. That's number one. Number two, this woman not only is Wendy's mother a Christian, ain't Wendy's mother a pastor or something? Like, doesn't Wendy mother hold a position or a title in the church? Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's very dangerous what they're doing. And the fact that Nneka and Wendy would even participate in it. Because I wouldn't do, like, you could fire me. I'm not playing this game. You can fire me. Go on, that's fine. But I'm not playing this game. This game I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about the cloud chasing. We can talk about all the shit. Like, that could be the storyline, fine. But when you start getting into my religion and my faith and putting about stereotypes that people already think about Africans, no, ma'am. Right? I thought her mom was a pastor. So again, it's not just a storyline. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. I feel Wendy knew this would be her storyline because she's now repping being Catholic out of the blue. No, that's not out of the blue. That's not out of the blue. I mean, they had the whole baptism her first season or her daughter being baptized. So no, her faith isn't new. Her religion isn't new. That's why I thought her mother was a pastor, because I thought that they talked about that in her first season. Yeah, I'm sorry. If that were me, if this were my heritage, I'm Nigerian, I'm a proud Nigerian, and this is my, and no, I'm not, I wouldn't be playing that game. I wouldn't be playing that game. Uh-oh, Tracy sent me something. Hold on, let me see what this is. Tracy, what you sent me? Oh, child, that's something else. Okay. Okay. So anyway, so we get back to the whole group. Now, this has been the conversation everybody's been talking about. We get back to the whole group. Mia's there, Robin, everybody there. And they get to talking about the Nneka Wendy thing again. And now we have Nneka talking about, Nneka is presenting her receipts. Nneka is presenting her receipts about who called who, how long she was on the phone with who, and what happened. Here's what I was saying earlier, Ray, if you're still here. Here's what I was saying earlier. That scene did not look good for Wendy. It didn't, especially the way it ended, where she brought up the fact that her sister-in-law was at the baptism and Wendy called the sister-in-law out. And how could you say you don't know me when, you know, my sister, you and then the production rolled the beautiful being footage. Here is the thing. It didn't look good for Wendy, because even I said that last night, because like I said, I caught the last like 5 minutes after, I got my TV and stuff back on. I caught the last 5 minutes. But here's my issue. It doesn't look good for Wendy the way it's edited. But I do not believe for a moment that Wendy did not respond to Nneka. I do not believe for a minute that Wendy did not open up. If she had that text on go that her mother dropped on Instagram, did you see how fast she pulled that shit up? When Mia said it, she said, I got it right here. She said, I got it right here. And she literally had it right there. You mean to tell me that you don't think... Hold on. Look at this. Tracy done found it, y'all. Hold on. If you don't think for a moment that I don't think Wendy could pull her shit up. All right, now let's see this. Tracy done found. Let's read this. Hold on, y'all. Tracy done found it, y'all. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all, we're going to have to, listen, we're going to have to do a special, have a special for Tracy. Let me pull up the article. I'm about to read y'all the article, and then I'm gonna have to do a quick drop on this one. All right, we don't know. Let me preface by saying we do not know if this is the exact story. It just sounds very familiar to the story that it's not opening up, Tracy. Damn it. Hold on, let me email it to myself. It is not opening up on my phone. Let me email it to myself. Well, I think that's why Wendy dropped the receipts on Instagram last night. I think that's why Wendy dropped the receipts on Instagram. Tracy, this shit is not opening up. Why is this article not opening on my phone? See? They don't want me to be messy. They don't want me to be messy. Tracy, email it to me, please. It is not opening on my phone. It keeps trying to open, but it will not open all the way. See, it just keeps doing that. It will not open. Can you email it to me, boo? Tracy, you drop your Cash App in the chat, girl. See if anybody want to bless. Now, listen, again, I'm a preface that we don't know for certain that this is the situation. There are just some elements that are familiar. So here's how I feel about the receipts. Here's how I feel about the whole Wendy Nneka situation. I believe both of them are telling the truth. Well, I believe both of them are telling their version of the truth. I believe both of them are telling their version of the truth. And what I mean by that is this. I believe because Wendy dropped receipts that showed that production reached out to Nneka a year and a half ago to be on the show, right? I believe that Nneka's sister-in-law reached out to Wendy. Wendy dropped the receipts that Nneka wanted to connect with her, and it looks like Wendy curved it, right? Wendy also dropped the receipts that said after the party, saying it looks like they're trying to pit us against each other. Give me a call. And she said at that point in time, if Nneka had an issue, it could have been resolved. That I believe all of that. But on the flip side, I also believe that Wendy was probably talking shit about what was going on the show with Nneka and all of that. And I believe that her mama called her. That's what I'm saying. I believe both versions of the story. It's their version of the truth. But I think at the end of the day, I think that we're getting, when I say we, not us, me and you, but I think we're getting so caught up on that part that we're allowing production and the rest of the rest of the cast to walk into this very dangerous space. That's just my opinion. Nikki B dropped $5. Tracy, I'm a cash girl. She dropped $5 for. She said for the top PI. Tracy, I'm gonna give you your money, girl. Now let me read again. I'm gonna read y'all this article, and again, I'm gonna preface it by, because I haven't read the article. You saw Tracy just sent it to me. I'm gonna preface by saying we are not saying that this is the lawyer that Mia was talking about. We're saying that this sounds very similar. Now, this is called Elton Lawyer Disbarred by the Supreme Court of Maryland for Misappropriating Client Funds. Now, this is dated April the 12th of 2023. And Elton, Maryland is in the Baltimore area, outside of the Baltimore area. I'm going to read it to y'all. On Monday, March the 27th of 2023, the Supreme Court of Maryland disbarred attorney, I'm going to say the name, Wendy Barrow Cuberson, for using assigned power of attorney to misappropriate hundreds of thousands of dollars. The case is entitled Attorney Grievance Commission of Maryland versus Wendy Barrow Cumberson, with case number 3. The charges cite Maryland Rules of Professional Conduct, and it goes on to talk about and it says it was alleged that for a period spanning several years, she misappropriated hundreds of thousands of dollars from her clients by using her vested power of attorney to make cash withdrawals from bank accounts held for her client's benefit. The respondent failed to provide her client with any contemporaneous invoices, accounting, or other documentation that might reflect any legitimate use of the cash withdrawals. Moreover, she failed to maintain any client matter records or client ledgers during the bar's counsel investigation into the matter. The respondent made knowing and intentional misrepresentations of material facts to the bar counsel and created inaccurate and false documentation in an effort to conceal her misappropriation. And it goes on to talk about the filing, it talks about who the client. I'm just scanning it to see if anything looks familiar to. They speak of a GBB account and a Miss Buck. And then she argued that she was innocent. In response, the court overruled the exceptions. It argued that based upon its independent review of the record, the hearing judge correctly concluded the bar counsel met its burden of establishing the respondent's misconduct by clear and convincing evidence. According to the court, Ms. Buck's testimony was not required to prove the misconduct alleged in the case. It says the court proved that a conflict of interest exists. The deposition states the Supreme Court of Maryland concluded the disbarment is appropriate action. Hold on, let me see something. I don't know if it'll open it up, but let me see if it'll open it up. Wendy said that it was a guy. I mean, not Wendy. Mia did say that in her case it was a guy. So this probably isn't the same one. Now let me say this. And again, forgive me, but let me say this. I would not be surprised if, like I said, I told y'all at the beginning, I believe that parts of Mia's story is true. I just don't necessarily believe Mia's story is true. That's what I said. Remember, that's what I said. Anyway, like I said, we'll keep a digging. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. That was the episode. Again, ultimately, like I said, my whole thought process on the Wendy Nneka thing is I think that both of them are telling their truth. I think that both of them are leaving parts of the story out, which is why it's not connecting. I believe that they moved in the same social circles. They know people. They've been in rooms together in the past. They know people. They have acquaintances together, and that is what I believe. But again, I think that we're allowing this bullshit to take away from what is really disturbing about this. And because of that, I'm disappointed in both Wendy and Nneka. That's my opinion. All right. With that being said, y'all, I'm out. I'll see y'all in 45 minutes over on the panel. We're going to be at Sakina's house. I'll put it on my community wall if you're not subscribed. Okay. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.